We're getting it all today here in Corner Brook. Wind warning, freezing rain warning, snow. We're in Newfoundland for the Canadian Juniors.
I'll never forget my first juniors, just to know that you are playing in a Canadian championship and the feeling. It's the biggest moment in your sporting career as a kid. As a junior curler, this is all you dream about, and their dreams are coming true. And then we went on to win in '94, and I'll never forget it. That was the first time that my dreams came true. They're living their dream, they're living their moment. So congratulations, and I can't wait to watch.
It is the fourth time that Newfoundland and Labrador has hosted a Canadian Juniors. First time, though, here on the west side of Newfoundland, on the mouth of the Humber River, leading to the Gulf of St. Lawrence. We are at the Corner Brook Civic Centre for this year's M&M Canadian Juniors. And on this Saturday, we say hello, Canada. Welcome to our first day of weekend coverage, the championship weekend. Russ Howard alongside as always, and really nice to welcome, coming home to Corner Brook. She's from here, five-time Newfoundland champion, Stephanie Ledrew. Excited to be back home. You're a rock star here, you know that. Eh?
Oh, it's so nice to be here. They're welcoming me home with open arms, and so were you guys here on the TSN crew, so this experience is just wonderful.
As I say, a five-time junior champion, so knows what it's all about. It is all about the women on this Saturday. We'll have the final for you tonight, and Alberta and Kelsey Rock, she is the defending champion, awaiting the winner of this semifinal between British Columbia and Ontario. And in BC, we have another former champion. But this Ontario team, Chelsea Brandwood from Hamilton, she looks an awful lot like another good Ontario team.
That Rachel Holman team I think you're referring to, the great Rachel Holman, and very similar styles. A lot of rocks in play early in the ends, front end rocks all over the place, and then they solve their problems with the big weight hits later in the end. No better example of that than Chelsea's wonderful hit on the out turn hit in the extra end to beat Nova Scotia just to make this semifinal, Vic. She made a tough one in a straight spot. They're scoring 8 points a game. For them to win this game against BC, they have to continue that style.
Corryn Brown, 2 years ago in Fort McMurray at the age of 17, we watched her win the championship. Now she's here at 19, so not only is she older, but her game has grown with her.
Absolutely. They suffered a heartbreaking loss last year in their provincial finals. They didn't even make it back to this Canadian stage. But what did they do with that? They turned it around. They played some stops on the BC Women's Tour, and in fact, they won a lot there. They beat Kelly Scott to win a spiel, and they've been able to do that because they've worked on their finesse game. So they have more shots in their arsenal, and there's nothing they're afraid of now.
The game plan is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping families have better financial futures. So when we come back on this all-women's Saturday here in Corner Brook, it is the semifinal. It is Ontario against BC from Newfoundland.
The M&M Meat Shops Canadian Juniors are brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Frozen food at its best. M&M Meat Shops Canadian Juniors are brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by Scotties Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere. Proud to support the exceptional women of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
It's the women's semifinal of the M&M Canadian Juniors from Corner Brook, Newfoundland. And the Civic Centre was opened back in 1999 for the Canada Winter Games. Time to meet the teams now. Let's start off with Ontario. They're out of the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton, Ontario, with 19-year-old Chelsea Brandwood as skip, with Danielle Greenlees, Brenda Holloway, and Claire Greenlees. The BC champions are from the Kamloops Curling Club, skipped now by 19-year-old Corryn Brown. They won the Canadian Junior Championship in 2013. This year, this team together 9 years. Sydney Fraser, Sam Fisher, and Erin Pincott. It's brought to you by Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. Ontario will play the Red Stones, BC will play the Yellow, and Ontario has the last rock. They have the hammer in this first by virtue of a round-robin win, 9-6 over BC in a game where Brandwood curled 93%. So, to get us underway, the BC lead is Sydney Fraser.
Advantage of last rock here for Ontario could make all the difference, Vic. These teams are so close when you look at the percentages. Both teams tied for second with the 76%, which is a great number. The ice has a lot of curl to it this week, so it's hard to have a high percentage. The hits are harder, the come around's a little tougher, and I expect to see pretty simple on a couple ends here to get the nerves out of the way, but both these teams aren't afraid to put some rocks in play eventually.
Well, that's my question, Steph, because you and I were chatting with Alison McInnes, the BC coach. She said, look, we're going to, and used a lot of the psychology things that you hear today. We're going to try to get one in under our belt and settle down. But if you are an aggressive team, as Russ has pointed out, wouldn't you go after them? Wouldn't you, if you're Ontario, go right after BC in the first, if it sets up?
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, having been here before, they have probably a bit more of a comfort level than Ontario coming into this game. I mean, this is the biggest game of Ontario's lives up to this point, but BC's been there, done that, so there might be something to be said about putting some pressure on them early and not allowing Ontario those couple ends to just settle in and get comfortable.
Right off. 9-5. Whoa.
Took a ton of ice on this inside outer here. They have been curling more inside out than outside in. This has a long way to walk over to stay.
Okay, so that's fine.
And it won't as it slides out the back.
Yep. If you're light, that's okay. Probably the same as practice, like 85.
Games are 10 ends, 38 minutes thinking time, and each team is given 2 90-second timeouts. And what you will see is a coach being able to stand up and give the timeout signal, unlike the women's and men's play, Briar, Scotties. That has to be called by the player on the ice. But here the coach we've actually seen stand up, wave, throw, anything just to get the player's attention, just to say timeout is needed here.
That's right. Still has to be called from the ice, though.
And but it's still a good idea, I think, at this level, right, Steph? I mean, you need sometimes. This is where you're going to learn the game. This is where the coaching should happen.
That's right. Arguably, coaching is a little more important when you're younger and more inexperienced.
Talked about curl already. Inside out is the biggest sign, and we just saw it there with that corner guard. That would have been 6 feet.
I got an 87. There wasn't a lot of hands on. Yeah, no, I should have. I think I had a 90. Okay. I think it is basically like.
I always love the situation if you're Ontario, you're lobbing up a corner guard that all the team members get to get that feel. Yes, you threw some draws in practice, but this is different when the lights are on and the game started. And you are forcing BC as it looks. The BC's going to try to keep peeling here. One mistake, you loop around, get your 2.
All you. We're good.
Look at that finish.
Yeah, what's here?
That's what's really changed, Vic. We've covered quite a few of these Canadian Junior Championships, and many of the times there's like 18 inches of curl. In the last 4 or 5 that we've been at, it's been just what you see at a Scott Tournament Hearts or at a Briar. Big finish, hog line in, and these great athletes can make anything.
The curlers have been saying just how great the ice has been all week here. Really consistent, lots of curl, and a nice consistent speed throughout the game as well, even in the later ends.
Well, the other thing, too, is when you have, in total, 28 teams, 14 men, 14 women, you need another facility, and it's fortunate that the Cornerbrook Curling Club is just across the parking lot. And what the curlers were also saying, Steph, is that how comparable the ice was. That, you know, John Wall, the head ice maker here, was able to get the same kind of swing. Doesn't always happen in a curling club, but at least he was as close so that they could come in here and not feel like it's an altogether different game.
They have the advantage of a brand new building over there too. The Cornerbrook Curling Club's only a couple of years old, so they have some nice new equipment to work with, which is an ice maker's dream.
Yeah, just a 15. Top 8 or top 4. Okay,
You got it. Throw it to us.
Great comment. Throw it to us. You know that as a rock thrower, but you sometimes in a situation like this, you try to make it yourself and throw it 2, 3 feet, 4 feet lighter on this type of surface, and the brushers are going to get it right where they want it.
Line's great.
Aaron was named a second team All-Star last night at the closing banquet.
All you, line's great.
Russ was the keynote speaker at that gathering last night, and I thought you were really inspirational in terms of talking about your gold medal with Brad Gougeau in 2006 and how it came along, and gave the players and their parents, families, just an idea of how quickly it came about as well.
Well, there's no better inspiration for these young players than those young Newfoundland boys, Gougeau and Mark and Mike and Jamie, that they were just fresh out of junior, basically. They only had 3 or 4 years in the men's event. All of a sudden they've got a gold medal for their country, and that's how fast it can happen if you are as dedicated as they were. And still are.
And still are, for sure. Brad's one of the hardest working curlers in the game, and you know
goodness.
that. Yeah.
Oh. And they can sneak through the province. They have to be one of the favorites to win the Brier.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. 9-5. Yep. Just clean. Whoa. Little roll, Sam. Little roll center. Great shot.
Up and down the sheet here in this opening and women's semifinal of the M&M Juniors from Corner Brook, Newfoundland.
We talked about the similarities with the Ontario team and the great Rachel Holman's team, and this is another similarity, isn't it? That hit everything in sight in the first end, to make it go away, have hammer in the even ends, and you might see a little different play later in the end.
We've seen a couple of rollouts by the Ontario team as well, though. So what you're seeing is the Ontario team is only getting an opportunity to hit, and then the BC team gets to kind of get comfortable with their draw weight, so there might be a little advantage there leading into the next end.
Just a nice 10.
'19-year-old Chelsea Brandwood facing another 19-year-old in Corryn Brown, the skip of the BC team from the Kamloops Curling Club. 2 years ago won the Canadian Juniors, then had a difficult time at the World Junior Championships. That was played in Sochi, and as you're aware, the year prior to any Olympics, the Juniors is the test event for the facility, so they went 3 and 6 at those Worlds.
Oh, this is the swing area.
There's a big brush now for Fisher and Fraser, trying to hold this, grab something, and just enough. Can't hold the shooter, but nice job by Sam Fisher and Sydney Fraser.
That's fine.
Keep an eye on those inside outs.
They do seem to be going, don't
Oh,
they?
man.
9-8.
Okay, it's a good weight, hey? Just at the end,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Well, that's something we heard right away, Steph, when we arrived on Thursday. From the center line, both sides to the outside, the rock's going to go and go hard.
Yeah, and a little straighter outside in, so it's looking like maybe along that 4-foot line you might see some rocks run if you get any bit of a what we call a positive rotation or an inside-out sort of release. It may run there, and then you have to make the adjustment, of course, if you're throwing inside out.
Really going.
There's that comment again, really curling. That was way outside the center line as it hit it to the hog line. Look at this finish. If that's deep enough, it's to the edge of the 12.
That's 7 feet of curl.
Yeah.
They didn't have that yesterday morning, and the ice was a shade colder than John Wall wanted it when he first walked in, and that made the ice a little bit slower, and they wouldn't get that big finish because the rock wouldn't travel that much time. So there are adjustments that you have to come up with each and every game.
I don't know if you took notice of that, but did you notice Chelsea just sort of stare into the camera? Is that camera on me at the moment? And that is an adjustment for her. This is her first real exposure to television, and the eyes always being on. And whereas you have Corryn Brown, having been here before, knows what it's like, is able to shut it out. So we'll see if the TV has its effect on Chelsea Brandwood.
That felt a lot better. Nice throw. Much better, hey?
Yeah, this could be a huge shot for the Team Ontario psyche here. Going the other way, they haven't played it. They certainly would know it over the week. It's definitely straighter this way, but a little bit of pebble here, you'd have to think. Not too many practice rocks would have been thrown out this wide.
The second team All-Star finished the round robin with a 75% average. Final stone looking for the blank to hold the hammer going to 2.
Clean, clean, just clean.
Chelsea Brandwood and Ontario will blank this opening in the women's semifinal of the M&M Juniors. We are in Corner Brook, Newfoundland on this championship weekend. Here we go, Mr. Peabody. Set the Wayback Machine for 2010 women's final. Daleen Silverton, BC, against Ontario's Rachel Homan. Homan would go undefeated that week in Sorel Tracy, Quebec. The final was close until Homan scored a big 3 in the 6th. Make the final. Ontario wins it 9-5. Rachel Homan, Emma Miskew, Laura Crocker, Lynn Kreviazek out of the Ottawa Curling Club, the 2010 Canadian Junior Women's Champions. And now an Ontario team out of the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton, and skipped by Chelsea Brandwood, looking to make their way to the final, where Alberta and Kelsey Rock from Edmonton are waiting. A blank in that first means that Ontario still has the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones here in 2.
Well, it's a blank end, Beck, but I think for the Ontario team, it's a small victory. You know, they get the nerves out of the way. It has to be different for them. TV lights, championship game. And they now they're going to be a little more aggressive here. You can see it already in a really good position if this stops early.
Chelsea Brandwood, her coach is Todd Brandwood, said that this is 11 years in the making for them to get to this point. As we say good afternoon, Brian Woodrow.
Hey, Vic, thank you very much. I had a nice chat with Chelsea before championship week, and I asked her if she had any role models or people she looked up when it came to curling. And maybe no surprise, she said Rachel Homan. And as you talked about, of course, Rachel won this for Ontario back in 2010, snapping a 16-year drought for the province when it comes to the women's side. So she looks up to that team. And then what she said next kind I found interesting. She said she also looked up to Kelsey Rock, watching her on last year winning the national championship. So what a thrill that would be. It could be Chelsea versus Kelsey in the final tonight. And by the way, Steph LeDrew, you're doing a great job up there.
Oh,
keep them in line for me up there.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, Chelsea against a Kelsey. That's a commentator's nightmare. Yeah, Chelsea Brandwood had made it to the Ontario Junior semis 3 different times, but never getting past that. So this is another step, another little bit of a growth in her game. Right now, Ontario's sitting 1 covered, top of the 12.
Talk about the big curl inside out. That means there's going to be a little bit less going this way.
And she'll wrap another one around to cover a corner of it to sit 2 with last rock.
Do you want to play hack?
Do you like hack or do you like 10?
Do hack.
Hack now. Okay. Yeah, I like hack. If I touch the guard, it's not.
Couple choices here. You could run in that center guard, but you might want that center guard later if you happen to, hit a quarter of it and open it up. This is 3/4 open. They should be able to hit this and hopefully hang around.
And this is an example of their new finesse game they've been working on, these little hack waiters.
Loses the shooter and then just punches that Ontario stone to the back edge of the 8.
That's the exact same shot Chelsea Brandwood made to win her game against Nova Scotia last night in extra end, and it's a little bit straighter in those edge of the 8, edge of the 4 areas coming to the middle.
Would you ever risk going to the other side, Russ, to get around those guards, realizing that this is not going to move quite as much? And you're going to have an awful lot of curl on the intern side.
I don't think the intern's going to curl quite as big as we think because it's coming into the middle, but you've got more room because the guard they're coming around here is longer, Vic, so this gives them the best chance to bury.
Yep, right back.
It's very similar to almost all the surfaces we see. It takes the skips a little while to get the broom in the exact perfect spot. And another 4 inches tighter to the center line, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, they didn't even flirt with that center guard, did they?
No. Just soften that weight a little bit here. Hang around.
Back, off. Let's wait. Off. Don't touch it. It's a lot less. Don't touch it. That's good. Good, Sam.
Very nice to hold the shooter just back of the tee line, full in the 8. Well, so as mentioned, 14 teams, the 10 provinces, Northern Ontario, Yukon, Northwest Territories, Nunavut. They played a round robin within their 2-17 pools, and then they split off to a championship pool, and this was the end result of the championship pool standings. No tiebreakers required. Alberta, BC, and Ontario. You saw Nova Scotia there, Mary Fay. Last year she was a bronze medalist at Liverpool, Nova Scotia. Last night's game with Ontario was win in, lose out, and Ontario won it to grab the playoff spot. So the other teams then go into what they call the seeding pool, and this will put them in spots for next year's championship to be played in Stratford, Ontario, and there you see the results. You know, you look at Nunavut, and yeah, they haven't won, but everyone agrees their game is getting better, and they're not losing by quite the same numbers. Losing just the same, I know, but they're getting closer, and I think it's just their 4th year of a competition. That opens it up, huh? Steph, if you can't hold the shooter.
Yeah, that was a bit more of a defensive call. I wonder if she's a little concerned about the ability to actually bury around that center guard.
Yeah, because it gives Ontario a free one here, but Ontario hasn't been able to capitalize either. You're right, it's so straight in this out-turned side.
Okay, go, you can go. Danielle's rock. Go if you can.
Danielle's rock.
Line's good.
So picking up on something on a stone. Maybe that's Danielle Green-Lee's the lead.
Nice, perfect.
So they may have handed a stone down.
Hard, you got it, go.
Oh, they found it there.
That really did curl more. That might be a bit of a winner, that stone. A little sharper edge on it.
If you just peel it, that's fine. Hey, you like a 10? Just a 9. Come on, 10. Edge on edge.
They weren't too worried about the guard at all coming over the hog line here. There was that 8-9 inches of space, and then it makes the left-hand turn here.
Nice, perfect. Go, bury it, guys, go. Hard, you got it, go.
Very nice.
Erin Pincott, let's get rid of that center guard, run it back. Oh, and she'll touch them both. Gets rid of the shot rock and spills out the top 12 stone just out behind cover.
The back one, but that worked. Sorry.
Would love to have just hit the back one. If they ever snuck past this top red, yellow goes right onto the back, they'd be buried, but worked out just as well. One's gone, and punched that other red out in the open for BC to hit later if they have to.
Whoa. Lots of room, just top 12. Whoa.
5.
Okay, you can go. Oh, no, room.
5, not too bad. No, you're pretty good. Coming down.
Okay, Danielle's wrong. Go. Make sure. Go. Hard.
Danielle Green-Lee's Brenda Holloway on this brush, trying to drag it. Looks like they're just shy.
Looked like they were waiting for the curl. Didn't want to go too early and keep it straight, but a little too late.
3/4. Your nose is fine.
Yeah, nose is good.
Okay.
That previous British Columbia takeout punched this one out in the open. Now they can hit it and there's nothing in the ring.
That's right. Getting out of trouble.
Do you think they can throw it soft enough to get to the inside there, Steph?
Well, it depends if it's curling like the other side, or rather, not a lot of curl like the other side. Outside in here. Might be a little tough.
You got it. Yeah. We get a hair roll in. That's good balance.
Sure can't afford to crease on that guard either, because it'd be a split to sit 3.
Just half.
All of these curlers are from Kamloops Curling Club. They attend Thompson Rivers University, and they play for the Wolfpack, the curling team.
Hack down. Whoa, whoa. Off. Good.
Oh, didn't get inside. Bangs it right on the nose. I forgot about that little move of hers when she. It's almost Heather Nedwin-like when she turns a little sideways.
Very true.
See, that's Heather Nedwin without the extra words and the balls and things like that.
Sugar balls.
Sugar balls, that's right. She still gets kidded about that, you know. She said.
That was a huge shot, though, for Corryn to hang around there. She was trying to get to the inside. I'm not sure it was there. She's such beautiful weight, but hanging around is huge because it's a rock that's usable to start with.
You have to do it sort of on an angle. So.
Just trying the split here.
I think so. It over curls, they can tap it straight back. If you ever split it right behind the yellow, it'd be hard to hit the yellow dead on. It's difficult to get right close to that nose of that yellow one.
Good tap, Wade. T-line.
Yes!
Where?
Whoa!
T.
Whoa! Whoa!
You're just
Line's grease!
Just the line.
Yes! Yes! Hard!
Going straight back now.
Got it, go! Hard! Hard!
No, maybe chip. Oh, they did. They split it on. And then the shooter will roll in for shot. Second shot, though, belongs to BC, top edge of the 12.
They really lost that early, Steph. They obviously could have missed on the wide side, played the split, and they tried to go straight back, wrecked on the guard, and now they're not even shot rock. Chance to sit 2 here for BC, take this whole end away.
got it. Just a 10.
Just a hair of a roll. Yeah.
The other thing I remember, Beck, from 2 years ago with Corryn Brown and Team BC is they play a lot of their hits inside out. Nothing wrong with that. Jennifer Jones springs to mind. They do it a lot too. But it is the swingy side.
Oh. Right off. Right off. Close. No, don't touch it. Close.
Not a lick yet from Sam Fisher or Sydney Fraser. And there's that big roll.
That's fine. That's fine.
That'll do the job.
That's fine.
It'll sit open just in front of the tee line, pulling the 8. Sitting 2 without last rock here in the second.
They're 10.
Yeah, just out all the way, hey?
Yeah.
Didn't curl up as much as I thought it would.
Good move, eh?
What? Just nose.
Yep.
What way do you turn?
9-5.
Okay.
It's amazing how sometimes just a simple hit and stay can solve your problems. BC was out curled in that end.
Yeah, now that they've got a force going.
Norm.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
The final stone facing a couple with her last.
Normal.
Whoa.
Chelsea
Clean.
Brandwood.
Yep.
Whoa.
Clean, clean, clean.
Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Nicely done. To open the scoring, picks up a single here in the second. BC will have the last rock when we come back. The Humber River with some of the best salmon fishing in Newfoundland. And there's nothing like Newfoundland and Labrador hospitality.
When I first found out that it was going to be in Corner Brook, I was pretty excited because I knew small communities would really come together for such a huge event.
People here are really, really welcoming.
The hospitality has been extraordinary.
It's unbelievable.
It's been unreal. I love being here and just the environment.
Corner Brook is a beautiful little city and the people are amazing.
People always tell me how nice the people in Newfoundland are, but you never really know until you get to see it, and they'll just do anything for you.
The hospitality that they've been giving us is crazy.
It's been great.
It's been incredible.
Every driver is so friendly, and everyone that we talk to is just so welcoming, and it's really neat to see.
Unreal hospitality.
And it really was a perfect week for us at the hotel, at the curling club, at the arena. Everything's like perfect.
Just absolutely amazing hospitality for sure.
It has been a wonderful week for the curlers, and we can speak to that too, just having arrived on Thursday for this championship weekend, and our thanks to the organizing committee. Gary Oak and Susan Curtis. Gary Oak in particular, some of you may remember, has represented Newfoundland at the Brier, has won a senior championship. Newfoundland played at the Canadian Mixed, and he's just never stops involved in the game here in the Corner Brook area. As we go to the third, Ontario gets their first, or gets one in the second, so for the first time in the game, BC has the last rock, playing the Yellowstones here in 3.
9-5, yep, hard line.
We know this will finish. Chance to get them both here with a nose hit. I think they're trying to roll inside with the top one. Yikes. That's what's changed in the sport. You and I talked about it before the game started. The lively running bands now at all these Canadian championships. That thrown rock wasn't coming that hard, and it just skittles out of the rings. Like
sailed out of there. Yeah, you can make a lot of rocks move, and with very little weight.
Skittles?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
We need some Skittles in the booth, please.
You could have said roast beef. It's just sort of roast beef's out of the way.
That's in the fifth then.
Okay. Skittles out of the way. Now,
it's cod. It's cod down here, Ben.
That's it. It is. Yeah, salmon. Salmon's out of the way.
Yeah. Best cod in the world right here.
I think that's. Just don't realize how diverse our country is, and that the drive in from the airport in Deer Lake, and it's gorgeous. And of course, Marble Mountain, the ski area, not far away.
All there. Wait only. Tight. Probably in. Possibly biting. Top 12.
I'm a little curious at that play that Ontario just made. They're sitting the one. I know they haven't got the hammer rust, but she ran up and got rid of the guard. Could she not have gone in behind and tried to force?
Yeah, you can. You certainly can. There's no problem with that. They are one up. They don't want BC to come to them. Going around a corner guard, that can set up a big 3.
But you're sitting 2 and you're split. I mean,
yeah, it's not wrong at all. And you could even just sit 3, not by going around the corner guard. Try to draw the play into the rings. Maybe the other team hits and rolls out, and then you peel it.
Far.
And they'll roll it over to the edge of the 12. Hang on there to sit 2.
This works even better. The slight error by the BC team coming in a little deep allows Ontario to sit the deuce here now, and they would love nothing else than to exchange stones here and force Corryn to take the single.
Steph, you, of course, the last couple of years were an alternate with Rachel Holman's team, and so you got the added benefit of the coaching of Earl Morris. What did he talk to you about when it came to strategy and about being aggressive?
Everything under the sun. I think I learned more sitting next to Earl in 2 years than I did in my entire curling career, but I think the main thing is to make sure you have the shots in your arsenal and that you are feeling comfortable with your ice map, your ice reading, and comfortable with your draw weight, because if you go too aggressive and you get yourself into a tough position, sometimes you got to hit the lid, no problem, and if you don't have that in your back pocket, you're going to give up some big ends.
No, you're normal. Set up. You gotta sit.
Oh, wait, Claire.
A little heavy on that one. One to roll the other way, obviously.
Well, see, this is what we can do, like this. There you are.
Oh,
part of
that.
Yeah, as part of Team Canada getting into some games at the Scotties, and there you are with Earl Morris, and of course celebrating, and then on, of course, to a couple of World Championships. One of them in Riga, Latvia.
Oh, that was a cool moment.
Interesting to note the winners of these two events, the men's and women's team, will represent Canada at the World Junior Championships, and they're to be played in Estonia, in Tallinn. And Estonia is just on the other side, I'll say on the northeast corner of Latvia, sort of sandwiched in between Russia and St. Petersburg, and then Riga, Latvia. And just across the strait is Helsinki, Finland. So that's where the World Junior Championships will be played this year.
I could give him some advice about what kind of food to bring. It's tough to find some fresh fruit and peanut butter over there, I can tell you that.
So Ontario has them spread out now, edge of the top 12.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch to the offense here. A nice call. They're so spread out. There's a very good chance, unless there's some cooperation from the opponent, you're going to be forced here. So you might as well try to get that deuce.
That's right, and no guards in play, so there's not a lot of danger in trying this. You know you're going to have, likely you're going to have a shot to the forefoot, no problem at the end if it comes down to it.
Right to it, girls, right to it.
If they can get it there, the line's perfect.
Fisher and Fraser getting it there for a second shot.
I don't mind just rolling all the way out, to be honest. Yeah.
I thought you just did.
Get rid of it. If we can stay, we can. Like, that's fine.
Okay.
But as long as we get rid of it, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
They talked about rolling out. They talked about nosing it. You could nose it. Obviously, a hair dangerous if you ever crossed it, but it's really a guard for Corryn Brown to come around. I think just roll out here and you're looking good for the force.
Yeah, your force is still on. You don't need to stick around here. I mean, it is a little added pressure for Corryn. I mean, it's tougher to draw against 3 than it is to draw against 2.
It's nice.
Well, as you probably know, tomorrow it's the Patriots and Seahawks as they go head-to-head in Super Bowl 49 on CTV, plus, of course, Katy Perry and Lenny Kravitz at halftime. It all starts tomorrow, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, live on CTV.
Now, this is the one we talked about here. They could have rolled out. There's nothing wrong with sitting 3, or is there? What if Corryn can get in there, get around there somehow? There's definitely enough curl, and all of a sudden this rock becomes a problem rock. You'd hate to have to play a run back when you had it all wide open like that.
That's a good point, and then lose that back red, and now the blank's on again.
Expect her to be close. Aaron was just a couple feet short in the same spot.
And they've got her early. Sam Fisher, Sydney Fraser, Aaron Pincott calling line as it gets off that center line. Here it goes. Starts to move big now. That stone top 12 coming into view. Can you drag it by that, girls? Come on, drag it by that, and they'll come up a little light. And right now it is the Ontario team sitting 3.
Now that hit and stay was a great shot.
That's right.
Just the draw? Or 3?
I like being here.
It's now a chance to sit 4 and just block off some of that forefoot and make Corryn's draw a little bit tougher.
I think it's better to probably be light. I'd rather not leave her an open hit.
Yeah. Sounds good.
We were scouting the teams. We Vic and I were here 2 years ago to see Corryn win, and they did a lot more hitting than most of the teams. She's played a lot of hits, so you can see what Chelsea's up to. She wants to make sure she's light as opposed to heavy and not give her that wide open hit. Make her draw against 4 or even 3.
Final stone for the Ontario skip.
Pretty good. Keep this. Gotta go a little.
Oh, look up. Whoa, shorter's better.
What Russ is saying, though, Steph, is that that's the growth of her game. That's her going out on the women's tour, albeit in BC, but playing against a little bit of better competition, realizing that she just can't play the hit game all the time, that she has to play soft.
That's right. I mean, if all you've got in your pocket is a good hit game, you're going to end up playing these big teams, but you're going to be playing to lose 1-0, right? Or just lose by a little bit. You know, you got to work on your draw game and your finesse game in order to be able to play with the big girls, so to speak.
Hey, Russ, it may be a little point. She's sitting 4 Ontario, but does that overcurl just a little bit? If she's on the center line, it's a little tougher.
It would be. It definitely would be. No question about it. The danger here, though, is 2 draws a little light for BC. Corryn's now going in the straighter side, which should be a hair quicker. She can't overreact here too much, or it'll be back 12 foot. Big
Final
shot.
stone and facing 4 here in the 3rd women's semifinal of the M&M Canadian Juniors.
Can't hurt it. All you.
All you. Sam Fisher, Sydney Fraser, Erin Pincock. Do you need to touch something? She won't. Now, did she overthrow this? It'll have to stop, and in a hurry, it'll slide. Oh, and it just may have.
I think it's good.
It got into that slide path, and it just dug in.
Does Brennan want to look? I don't know. It's kind of close.
From the overhead, it looks like it is yellow.
Even if it isn't, Vic, it's a small victory for BC. That 2 feet farther, it could be ball game.
Wow, 1 yellow. And nail-biting 1 yellow.
I should call it Finny the Tick on those ones.
Trailing by 1, facing 4. Last shot, and it just keeps on going. It was that close. Could have been 5-0. It is our key shot for Corryn Brown.
Wow, we talked about it. It's not as simple as it looks. She went down the slow side with her first one. You have to add more because she was light on the first one. Any deeper, and this could have been 5-0. The game could be over, and it just slows down in time.
And already that slide path in the 3rd, maybe fudging up a little bit, and for her just in time to pick up the single. The key shot brought to you by Scotties, Canada's favorite brand of facial tissue. As we welcome you back to Corner Brook, the Civic Center, here in Newfoundland and Labrador. In a 1-1 tie, women's semifinal, M&M Canadian Juniors here in the 4th. It'll be Ontario. And the team from the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton that has the last draw, they have the hammer playing the Redstone.
We saw a lot of the out-turn draw down here in the 2nd end, which was staying quite straight and not quite able to bury. And it looks like we've got a similar thing going on the in-turn side.
A little high in the middle is the ice out here, which is fine. It's very consistent. Just get that broom in the right spot.
Whoa! Whoa! Off! Clean? No. Clean it. Whoa! Clean it. Good, Sid.
Nice shot, Sid.
If you're up air, that's fine.
I was impressed with Team BC's judgment on that shot. They could have panicked, tried to say it. Everybody knew it was a little heavy. They could have panicked, crushed it to try to hit that corner guard, slow it down, and then it's gone.
Yeah, they sounded confident enough that it was going to stop. So but kudos to them. They backed off early.
Not enough. As the stone catches that center guard.
That's what I'm so impressed with all these teams that we've watched so far this week. That you know, there's some great shot makers. You know, some of them are really doing well with the strategy at such a young age, but that's what I've seen improve over the last 5 or 6 juniors, is the sweeping ability, the technique one, but also the judgment.
Absolutely.
How many years did you see, you know, where somebody had a shot like that and they'd brush it till the thing hit the hack? You know, it's just really concentrating in the moment and understanding where that rock is and what that path's going to do.
And you can do so much with your sweeping on great ice like this. You know, they call it good sweeping ice.
Trying to get the tick. Rub it.
Sam Fisher.
It's okay, Sam.
And it'll
13-3.
go center line, back 8 foot. Brenda Holloway.
Really hard. Really hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Little roll underneath. Got maybe a quarter of a stone to go towards the center line.
You can actually read the ice fairly well from just listening to the brushing calls. I find they scream really hard, got to go. Next thing you know, it misses wide.
Yeah, it's right off.
So that's definitely a straighter spot again.
We see that a lot, Steph, honestly. There seems to be an immediate panic. You'd rather brush it early than get caught. And I don't know if there's any way around that to avoid that early kind of panic.
This is close. Very nice.
How's that? How's that? Sam Fisher right underneath.
Nice throw, Sam.
Remember, now it is Ontario that has the last rock here in the 4th.
Up. No. Just call the peel?
No.
Holloway, the first team all-star at 80%. Touch it? No. But she'll roll that shooter over now, covering the edge of the 8.
First good opportunity here for British Columbia to apply a little pressure here on Ontario.
At some point, someone's going to have to make a run back. Or a beautiful draw.
That's what mine was doing the other day. You got it. Tight. Tight. Room. Halfway tight. Coming down. Halfway. Halfway tight. Finish it, Sam. Whoa. Don't want to go. Yep. Yep. Finish it, Sam. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard, Sam. Yep. Hard. Go, Sam. Go. That's good. That's good. Nice throw. Nice throw.
We talk a lot at the Scotties and the Briars and the World Championships that with the massive curl, that late finish, that those guards aren't as easy as they look. But I think today, that outside-in guard that we just saw is going to be a little bit easier to get it in the right spot.
Yeah, because you don't have that really strong late finish. You can manage it a little better.
Well, here's a chance now for Claire Greenlee's.
Just straight peel.
Yep. Yep. Maybe gets the side.
And a straight peel it is, and she'll rub off her own guard and just come up short, so no spill. You know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about how your game develops. So you start to take up the game. Russ, you learn the mechanics. And as you play the game, you learn the strategy. I'm wondering if, in fact, learning the angles and the run backs, those kind of things, are the last thing and maybe the most difficult thing to learn.
Oh, no question. And it is the last thing, because you have to be able to execute before you can make an angle.
That's right.
And the angles are different depending on these striking bands, and they change, the ice conditions change, and it really is an art to figure out some of these angles, the drag effect. There was a good example there with that red one coming into the screen right now. If they'd brushed that a fraction sooner, they would have hit the second corner guard thinner and rolled that into the ring.
So you know
What do you
Steph
have?
is.
Like just over half.
What?
Just over half.
I like that.
Cut.
So as juniors,
Filling the guard is obviously
Solid board.
Cut.
you know, we talked about the BC team and playing on the women's tour in BC, learning all the time. As their game grows, those angles and learning those will come with it.
Yeah, and they learn from their competition as well. There's something to be said about playing up to your competition. And when you play teams like Kelly Scott, you're going to see a lot of angles, and you're going to learn a lot from it.
Whoa, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Not only losing the shooter, but then spilling in the raised rock off their own. Talk about a turnaround kind of end after Ontario
Just because we can probably be on center
made
now.
BC throw against
just right
4.
here.
They're
Just
piling
off
up
center,
now
yeah.
for British
That should be
Columbia and
Okay,
BC,
hi, Skip.
and Ontario's going to be in some trouble.
Boy, that happened in a hurry, too. It's pretty innocent end. Everything was pretty wide open. Claire she had the broom outside the center line, which means it'd be straight, but she hooked it a bit and caught the line early, and then it's over the hump and away it went. And
Just so they can't run it in. But
a little bit of danger now.
nice weight here. Just off center.
Yeah, I give a touch less than Aaron for ice.
Okay.
You're talking tight guard, maybe?
Got it.
Yeah, I think they're just replacing that same guard they've been doing most of the end.
Be a little careful with this. If it's a long enough guard, I think you might see Ontario go right around everything.
Room right now. Line's good. Just over. Halfway. Over and off. Over and off. Hard over. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Whoa.
All right, long enough.
Oh, for sure. It's just whether she wants to take on leaving a whole bunch of opponents' rocks in there, but that's the way to get out of this is get your 2.
Or you play the double.
Nice line.
Just because a really long card now.
What? I don't mind trying that on the first.
Yeah, I don't
Just
mind.
open it up.
As long as we bury a piece here, it's pretty nice. She'll probably try and pick it out and I have the same shot.
Okay.
If we come right to it, we're first too.
Yeah, you just don't want to be late.
Can you hear more?
Could try that double. That would open things up, make it a little simpler. Or the other option, just come right in here, as we talked about before. Slide one in here. Use that back one maybe for your advantage. The problem with the double is, A, you have to make it. If you don't make it,
Do you want to be
then
right
it just
to the back?
allows BC to sink another one. But
what would you play, Steph?
It's still about 90.
I think I would probably play that double. I really like the idea of opening up both sides of the sheet, both paths to the forefoot.
I'll try and make sure I'm there because we got it.
Despite the fact that angles, we just talked about angles being more difficult. Or is this a relatively easy double, do you think?
Yeah, they're grouped close enough that I think it would be fairly routine. But like Russ said, you've got to make it first.
7, 8.
And Chelsea Brandwood says, look at him.
Your weight's good.
Nice,
I get 2 chances at this if
Whoa, wait on.
I need a second.
Where? Line's green. Make
Danielle
sure.
Green leaves Brenda Holloway.
Line's really good. Right to it.
They talked about using that backing.
Hard.
And they will draw the back edge of the 4-foot shot. Stone, Ontario.
I really like that call. And I agree with you, Steph. The double made more sense because you have 2 options. But that's a confident-looking skip, in my opinion. I don't care if I have to draw against 4. I'm going to try to make this put pressure on you. If you don't make it, I'm just going to score my deuce.
Turn this into 2, yeah.
13-6 on her.
Yeah, but like it was they didn't see the most.
Yeah.
An opportunity to force here, though with a nice freeze.
Yeah, no kidding.
Bring it right down to it.
If you overcome, so you know that.
You got it, Corryn. Let's go.
Well, Corryn was a couple feet light on her freeze last end and almost too far with her second one. A little bit light on her guard. So she hasn't quite nailed the draw weight yet.
She won the Canadian Championship 2 years ago. Last year in the BC final, lost to Kelly Van Osh. And now back again. Second time in 3 years, looking to get to the final. Karen Pincott says you got to go. Fisher, Fraser, this is a big carry. Big carry.
Okay.
And it'll get to the top edge of the 12. And so now you go from all that pressure on Ontario to Ontario possibly getting a deuce.
Just like you drew it up, Russ.
That's
I'm such a rookie.
That's
what do I know, eh?
Well, your call made a ton of sense, as you would know. It just, to me, you try to get inside the other skip's head. And, you know, are they struggling? Let's go after them. Are they confident? And that was a confident call. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, maybe knowing that Corryn wasn't quite comfortable
Yes.
with her draw weight yet, maybe she was trying to put that pressure on her.
And that might be the game plan, because they did want her to draw last end.
Bring him a little light. All you.
Little light out of her hands, says Chelsea Brandwood, trying to pick up a couple.
Line's good. All you. Line's curling.
Gotta die a bit. Yeah, it's gotta die.
Gotta die. Gotta catch something.
Sit.
No, you're.
Boy, she got outside where maybe hadn't played before, thought it may be a little fresh out there. Give it a little extra, and it slides on through. Ontario will pick up their single in 4. Chelsea Brandwood and Ontario. Steady Brook Falls. Just a reminder on this all-women's day here at the M&M Canadian Juniors. Our women's final tonight at 6:30 Eastern Time. Make a note on TSN 1, 3, and 5. The winner of this one will play Alberta and Kelsey Rock from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. Finished first with a record of 9-1, trying to win back-to-back Canadian women's titles. She also last year went on to win the World Championship. So back again, Kelsey Rock, but with an entirely different team. And that's what makes it such an impressive performance for the 20-year-old Kelsey Rock. Ontario missed their opportunity for the deuce, heavy with their last draw, so they take a 2-1 lead. We go to 5, and here in the 5th, BC. And Corryn Brown from Kamloops will have the last draw. She has the hammer, playing the Yellowstones.
4,
3.
3.
No.
3 coming down. 2.
No, no.
No, it's gonna overcurl.
No.
Whoa. 3. Right off.
It's really overcurling. Okay, go. Can you bring it here? Go, go, go.
No.
Yep, yep. Yep, right up, right up.
Plan B, it's not going to guard it, so they might as well try to get it in the paint.
I'm stuck in the middle.
Always, isn't it?
Yeah. Just like me in the booth here.
Which one? 10? Okay. 10 for all over, yeah. Yeah, make sure we stick here. Yeah. You got it. Let's go. 10. Whoa.
Sydney Fraser, as we play lead stones.
Off.
What do you see in this BC team right now, Steph? Do you, if you're Ontario, I want you to scout them on with Ontario eyes. Is there something about this BC team right now that you would say, if you're Ontario, I want to go after you?
Like Russ was saying earlier, I think I'd be making them draw right now. I mean, we did talk about how they've worked on their draw game and their softer shots throughout this year, but so far this game, not real comfortable with putting the rock in the right place.
No, you're normal. Little up.
No. Yeah, really up at the peel.
And Russ, if you're BC,
There's a lot of weight.
are you seeing something about this Ontario game that you might take advantage, or do you have to change something about your own game?
Well, I think it's a little bit like we talked about in the opening, and with Ontario being similar to the Rachel Holman team. Rachel loves rocks and play, knowing that if something goes wrong, she's got Emma Miskew and herself to bail them out. And Chelsea made a wonderful shot to win their game last night, and that told me, or Stephanie, I should say, that told me a lot. And the draw she just threw told me a lot. And she missed her next one, unfortunately, but I thought the thought process was a very confident looking skip. So if I'm BC, you got to be careful with the rock positioning here, I think. Try to force them to some tough run backs.
Hard. Hard, Sydney. Hard, Sid. Go, go, go. Hard, Sid. Hard, Sydney. Go, 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 go. Hard, Sid. Go, go, go. Okay, 7.
Nicely done to wrap it around that corner. As mentioned, The ice has been wonderful in 2 facilities, and that's the gentleman who has headed up the volunteer committee, John Wall, well-known ice maker in the Ottawa area, currently works at the Renfrew and Navan curling clubs. Volunteer committee here of some 200 people. The 4-sheet curling club across the parking lot, the 5 sheets here at the Civic Center. Great job by all involved.
That one picked on them, Vic.
Do you think just this?
Did nothing with the guard, and nice chance here now. You can see about half that yellow, but it's on the straight side.
Yeah.
Sam Fisher as we play second stones here in 5.
Make sure we're there. T-line. Oh, line's good. Wait only. Have a look. Top 8, guys. Have a look. Back. Hold on. Whoa, do you want it back 4? Do you want it back 4? Sure. Good, Sam. There's those. Sam, probably square left on your first one.
Just 9-5.
Okay.
See Chelsea tightening the broom up from the start of the game. They're now inside the edge of the rock.
No.
Yeah, and careful to tell her that she only wants her to throw a 9-5, maybe trying to keep that weight down a little bit and control that straight side.
Any roll?
This is where there's a slight difference, I still think, in the with the top adult teams, the greats we see on TV all the time, that all 4 players have to be able to read that. It can't just be the skip moving the broom in, because if the thrower doesn't realize it's straight there, they see less ice, and then it's, oh, I guess I better whip it.
Yeah.
Huh. And you're right. So how many times have we said Don McEwen knows the game as well as Jennifer Jones, just happens to throw the lead stone?
Exactly. Absolutely right. And how many? We've watched this shot about 15 times already, and I've yet to see one roll inside. Probably get pretty close to the center of the rock with the broom, I believe, to make that roll.
Let's get some roll.
Yeah, and they have been taking their weight down a little bit to hopefully get a little more curl. So we'll see one go soon. It's a matter of trusting the ice too.
Exactly.
Okay, outside in. Is there enough room to get to the stone inside out and maybe get the roll?
Yeah, now there is, I think. On this shot.
This is close.
Go, go!
Go, 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 go! And maybe quarter of a stone, third of a stone is hidden.
Beautiful shot. Those are the adjustments we talked about. You bring the broom in, you soften the weight. They've had to do both in this situation, but kudos to Ontario to figure that out.
Aaron Pincott. Fraser, Fisher.
Close. Yep, yep.
Now some late strokes.
Yep. Hard, yep. Right over, Sam. Right over,
And now we'll roll it away.
Right over, Sam.
Very nice to sit the 2.
They're getting the hang of it on that side.
Are they ever? That was a great shot to hang around there.
Yeah, really soft weight.
I thought you were just a hair out.
Exactly what she called, but wonderful
Is
control.
that? No, it was 12.
Yeah.
Make sure we get some sort of roll.
Okay.
That the kind of shot that their coach Allison McInnes was saying is new to them?
I think you're right, yep. Yep, all these soft weight, you know, taps to the back of the house, or your hack waiters or your board waiters.
No, I'm good, soft.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Whoa. Yep.
Yes. Yes. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Whoa.
Just pops out a little bit and slides a little deep. Center line. Back of the button.
Brilliant shot just the same, though. They, as you said, Steph, they have figured this spot out. A little more weight here to get a flatter roll. Let's keep it higher, closer to the pin. Well done.
So Corryn can see enough on the intern side here that she's going to attempt another soft weight shot, I think. A little hit and roll. She may even roll behind her own corner.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't there? Because I don't think there'd be a double if you roll far enough.
Corryn Brown.
Yes!
Fraser, Fisher, pin caught. Here comes that guard. Fisher, Fraser. Here comes that guard. Oh, great rush, and they'll hold it right there.
I didn't see that one getting by halfway down. The weight was so soft. Beautiful speed. That's what she wanted, but that had to be close to the guard.
I'm gonna shut up here and not say anything. Why?
Just awesome brushing.
I got it going just a hair out of my hand. I felt,
Even if I just get it out, I don't want to hit the guard.
Yep.
Yep.
Final for Ontario. And
Whoa.
Yep.
a little early panic that maybe she got it started. Make it go away. That was job one for her. Make it go away. Curl up.
Fine, Charles.
And she'll lose the shooter. And now it's an open draw for two.
Here.
There's an opportunity there to force if she gets a nice roll with that behind the corner guard, but you heard her say in the hack, you know, I can't hit the guard. I mean, as long as we get it out. So you do have to play that a little bit cautiously and make sure you get rid of that one and take your medicine and give up two here.
Always wonder, though, about planning that second thought.
Yeah, sometimes that's the last thing you think about.
Right.
And then you sort of lose sight of the plan A.
Corryn's thrown quite a few draws. This one a little bit wider than where she made that big one against 4. So guessing a hair slower out this wide.
Needs paint.
Make it good. Hard line.
Anywhere in the rings.
Make it good. Mine's great. Make it good.
Fraser, Fisher.
Mine's great, yeah.
Pin caught. Calling line. Make it good, ladies. Make it good.
Go!
Make it good, ladies.
Go!
Make it for two. Halfway through women's semifinal, M&M Meat Shops, Canadian Juniors.
The M&M Meat Shops Canadian Juniors are brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of the Canadian Curling Association.
As you overlook the Humber Bay River leads to the Gulf of St. Lawrence, Newfoundland, Labrador. We're in Corner Room. They're the championship weekend. The M&M Canadian Juniors. BC has the lead. Corryn Brown out of Kamloops is with Brian.
Corryn, a very close game in the semifinal, a lot of singles, and then finally in 5 you hit your pair. How rewarding is it to finally score your 2?
Yeah, it was definitely great. Our team played a really good end that end and was fortunate enough to get our deuce, so it was nice to make that last draw but we made it.
You have experience in being a champion here before, but talk to me about the pressure in the third end. You're drawing against 4, and it looked a little bit heavy out of your hand.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the greatest feeling knowing that I was a hair up coming out of my hand. I was like, just slow down, but ended up slowing down. It's not really how much you make it by, but you just got to make it. So.
Did you think maybe halfway about maybe playing the little tick at some point?
I didn't honestly think it was that up. I thought it was kind of going to be like back 4, but all of a sudden it kept sailing through. So I was kind of hoping that we would have gotten the tick if we needed it, but I think obviously we're okay. So.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
So it's BC with a 3-2 lead, Russ, as we check the numbers after 5. And interestingly, you thought that the Ontario draw game would be their strength, but they're just a little low.
Well, you know, it's a championship game. It's the biggest game of their lives. TV lights, the media, everything else. And I think you'll see a different situation with Ontario in the second half.
Numbers after 5 are brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Frozen food at its best. We are in Corner Brook. It is Ontario. It is BC. And Ontario and Chelsea Brandwood from Hamilton will have Last Rock when we come back.
The M&M Meat Shops Canadian Juniors are brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by Ford, proud partner of the Canadian Curling Association for over 20 years.
On this semi-final day of women's play, you see on the left-hand side there on sheet A, there is a tiebreaker going it's underway between Quebec and Saskatchewan in men's play. And as they take their 5th end break, it is Saskatchewan that leads it 5-2 over Quebec. Jacob Hersikorn out of the Sutherland Curling Club in Saskatoon, playing from Glenmore in Montreal, the team of Felix Asselin. The Manitoba team sitting and waiting in the championship final. That, of course, Braden Calvert out of the Deer Lodge. New Brunswick's Capital Winter Club team of Renee Como, who met in last year's final, are again sitting and waiting. And in that men's side, there was a 3-way tie for that final playoff spot. Last evening, it was Quebec beating Alberta to advance, and now playing Saskatchewan. The winner there will move on to play New Brunswick and Renee Como. So we'll keep you updated on that game and the score as it develops. And here, it's a 3-2 lead for British Columbia as we go to the 6th. And welcome you back to Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador on championship weekend. And here in 6, it will be Ontario that has the last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Redstones.
She wants to hit, right? Yeah. Yep.
A little surprised with this call. Ontario certainly doesn't have to press the panic button yet.
No. Arm down?
No. But they are down 1. No. This rock is not a dangerous rock.
Yep.
It's also an even end. And you've got last rock.
Yep.
Jeez, clean. You're on top of it.
I've been paying attention.
Thank you.
That history lesson over by Latvia, too, that was unbelievable.
Idiots, you think I knew? People are running to the, is he right?
Really? All I know is it'll be cold when they get over there. It was sure cold in Latvia.
10. Yep. A little up. Whoa. 10. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Clean. Right down. Yep. Right down hard.
They have a beautiful old city in Riga, but what stands out, and Stephook can speak to this, they had won the Scotties championship and they left a day before our TSN crew. And was it Munich or Frankfurt? I'm trying to think. Frankfurt.
It was Frankfurt. I know it so well now.
And so the Homan team gets caught in one of the worst blizzards and snowfalls in Frankfurt history. And so we fly out, Russ, myself, Linda, the TSN crew, we fly out a day later.
I had the salmon, Vic, on
Yes,
did
you
you?
did.
What did you have?
We landed, and everybody that was caught in the blizzard, including the Homan team, were sitting in the airport terminal. We just sort of walked by and said, boy, that's really too bad. And we got on our plane for the rest of it.
See you there.
We'll see you there. How many hours?
31 hours in the airport too, because it was such a bad storm. There were no hotel rooms to be found, not a rental car, nothing. We were camped out under benches at gate 134.
And when we landed, nobody wanted to even get up and go to the bathroom because somebody would move into your spot.
Exactly. You kind of create a little nest for yourself somewhere in there, and you don't want to give it up.
Yeah, Korea's not horrible.
But you eventually made it to Riga and bronze medal.
Mine's nice. T.
So, and as you mentioned earlier, the winners this year's Canadian champions will be going to Estonia and Tallinn.
No.
Which isn't far from Riga.
Still look all year. Did we?
Yeah. Nose is fine.
You have to think Corryn Brown's pretty happy with this. You got the two-ender there. They're percentage-wise out-curling Ontario by a little bit, so you feel Ontario in the second half would have to start to apply some pressure.
Normal.
Yeah, and as Vic said, we've got an even end here. I mean, this is a great time for Ontario to score a deuce, but instead they're going to blank it out. Maybe they get forced in 7, and now BC with hammering that all-important 8-10.
8 and 10, exactly.
Right over. Go. Good. That's good. 9-5.
Did you, when you played, or when you were 5th for Rachel, was that even end?
Very important,
It looked like it because she would almost automatically blank the first end, so obviously she wanted hammer in 2.
A lot of blanking 7. We love to blank 7.
Yes. Hard for nose. Hard for nose. Fine.
And they did well to hold it. I think the indication was she wanted to maybe hit it and roll over towards that stone just outside and maybe corner freeze.
Yeah, if you ever got it right on that corner perfectly, it would be a more difficult shot to remove for sure. Steady diet of inside out throws here.
Yep. Whoa. Hard. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Roll it. Whoa. Yeah, right to center. Yep.
Nice job to roll it away, sitting back edge with the forefoot.
Nice throw. Nice sweep.
Nice throws. That one was really good.
Really fast.
Whoa. Yep.
Big rotation here. Should be able to hold it in this spot.
Whoa. Okay.
You have to think, though, Steph, that this would have been talked about in the meeting in their 5th end break. And Ontario probably said, you know what, let's just try to blank this, move on. Could you see them, in fact, trying to run this and then score the 2 and 10 to win this?
Yeah, I could see that happening. And it's not a terrible game plan. I mean, we're kind of ragging on them here, saying, oh, why don't you score in 6? But after that 5th end break, they brush the ice. So they clean it at that 5th end break, and often that'll kind of grease things up and makes it a little quicker. So your draw weight is different now, and you've got to get comfortable with it again. So maybe it's a long downtime, more than they're used to. So maybe they just want to come back in and have another end of just kind of settling in and getting comfortable.
That's what we do here. We rag on people. Okay, so just if you're new. Just let's get with the team. It's a turnaround, though, for Corryn Brown. When you have a look, she didn't finish very well. Had a great start, 7 straight wins, and then in that championship grouping, she lost to Manitoba, Ontario, and Alberta. And it was that loss to Ontario that did give them the last rock in that first end of play.
sign of experience from this team, though, Vic, to lose those 3 in a row. You had to be a little bit nervous coming into this game, but when you've won the Canadian Championship 2 years ago with the exact same team, it makes that pressure go away.
Yeah, they all know what it takes at this point.
Whoa! Yes!
Yes! Whoa!
Yeah! Whoa! No, no! Yes!
No!
Yes!
Yes! Yes!
Whoa!
Yes!
Whoa!
Yep! 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 Yep!
For Ontario and Chelsea Brandwood, they started off well. They dropped one, and they basically did that all the way through. Nova Scotia, that game yesterday morning against Mary Fay from Nova Scotia. Mary Fay, the bronze medalist last year in Liverpool. That was the win, you're in, lose, you don't qualify game. And Mary Fay and a couple of other skips here will be on. They're going to represent their provinces at the Canada Winter Games. And they are coming up very quickly. They're being played in Prince George, February the 13th to March 1st, and you'll see coverage on TSN.
10. Yep. Hard. Hard. Really hard. Okay, you're just nosing. Clean. 10-3.
Nose isn't all bad. They tried to roll over to that red one for obvious reasons, but now the blank's a little tricky here. Ontario likes to go outside in, and they can easily roll onto that red one and stay there.
Yeah.
It's a tricky little blank here.
Are they even right now?
No.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
Ours is that one's a hair higher.
Okay. The one on the outside
No,
is?
the yellow.
Oh, okay. You got it.
Yep! Whoa! Whoa! Off!
You played the whole end looking for the blank.
No.
Final stone.
Watch the jam, Brenda!
Chelsea Brandwood, there's that warning about that stone right there. Watch the jam, girls. And exactly that little catcher. And Ontario will be forced to take one. Brandwood and Ontario get caught. We're tied at 3. Kamloops, BC's Corryn Brown. In a 3-3 tie as we go to 7. But just a couple of years ago, Shannon Burchard was representing Manitoba against Brown in the women's final and trailing by 1 in the 7th. Brown comes up big with her final rock. Beautiful triple takeout, got them all. And she'd lead the rest of the way as Brown, Sydney Fraser, Samantha Fisher, Erin Pincott all go on the way to win in Fort McMurray, make the final 6-3 for British Columbia. So now the winner of this game will move on and play for this year's title against who? But Kelsey Rock, who is back. Last year's Canadian and world champion with an entirely new team, went 9-1. You see some familiar names there. Caitlin Laws, of course, and Rachel Homan on the list. Now playing very well, of course, at the women's level. Rachel Homan, 2-time Canadian champion. Caitlin Laws with Jennifer Jones has that Olympic gold medal around her neck. As we welcome you back to Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador. 3-3, we go to 7. And BC does have last rock. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Well, a couple of errors here already. The first stone for Ontario slips into the rings. And then a whiff, an actual complete miss there, and chipped it over to the corner. And you'd have to think Ontario and Chelsea Brandwood will do the same thing she did last end. And she wasn't too worried about scoring in an even end. She certainly won't want to score here either. So keep it as open as possible. She no longer has the advantage of last stone here, so it's
Really down.
Yep.
I'm kind of confused the way she's
Hard, guys.
hit in the odd end and not in the even.
Yeah.
Hard, right up. Hard. You got it. Really good roll. Yep.
A really good roll. It's covered. It's back edge of the 8. Are you a believer, Steph, in a game plan?
Absolutely, especially at this level. And you know, if you're Ontario, you're new to the big stage, and you need those kind of systems to get you through, so you're not just sort of scrambling and, you know, it's one more thing to think about when you're on this stage. So if you have a nice game plan, then it kind of keeps you it keeps you level-headed, so that you can just put your head down, do what you planned all along, and don't worry about all the other extra things.
Line's good. Hard line. Where?
Sam Fisher.
T. Whoa.
T. Can you freeze the back one? Can you freeze the back one? Yep.
Line looks really good here if the speed's going to cooperate.
Well, you're wide open.
That's fine.
Okay.
Not quite. It looks like a corner is just tucked under that guard covering the 4-foot.
Need to get right to the nose to stop the jam.
Yeah, it's edge to edge.
If you know that you missed this,
okay,
hack to board.
And this is the shot that the teams that are winning on a regular basis, the Mike McEwens, for instance, that are able to throw exactly the right speed to make this shot. You overthrow this, you have no chance to hit it dead on. Certainly don't want to wreck on the guard either. So the softer weight you can throw to chip that thing back through the rings, the better.
They also benefit, though, Russ, from some terrific brushing, right?
Yep,
so you
yep,
can
yep.
you can maybe
Really
cheat
hard.
the ice a little bit.
No
right?
question.
Really
No question.
hard.
And here you go. And this is going to be
Hard.
all over that guard.
Just soft handle.
What she means, Steph?
That's all in the release, just as she's letting go. She's just maybe over-rotating or turning it over a little bit and just starting the curl earlier than she was iced for, so to speak.
So do you see something here?
Yeah, a little bit of an inward turn on her release there. I wondered if it would run straight, starting on that side of the center line, but I think with that release, it just got it going a little bit early on her.
Caught the line too soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that line's a little high. If you can visualize it at home, it's a little bit of a teepee or like a roof. That's the pitch of the roof. And as this rock, it's hanging and hanging and hanging until now. Once it crosses that line, there's that much more curl. It's a little downhill. Doubles available.
And just caught it at the back. Looks like the Ontario Stone may be the shot rock, but it's setting up here for BC. Keep them separated. You have last rock. You might get your deuce.
Is it 10? This knows. You got it.
These ones scare me, and a lot of the teams make it, so I'm not necessarily right, but the harder you throw this one, you don't have much room to roll here.
This is how I lost the junior championships, actually. In the final, we had this wide open deuce set up, and it was a hit and roll out, and then a whiff on our last one. So.
Right down, hard, yeah.
Could just throw a heavy draw here, or just a draw even.
Yeah, save your shooter, regardless.
Nice stroke.
Ball thrown.
9-6. Nice.
That's how you learn, though, isn't it? We all make those mistakes.
I guess we'll let this. It should run.
British Columbia, Vic and I were here 2 years ago. We know they love to hit, so that is not the wrong call when you have that skill set to make those normal weight hits and stay.
That's right. You can play to your strengths.
Right.
For sure.
Yep. Hard, guys.
Hard.
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 Greenlees and Holloway.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Yes, yes. You want to be shots. Good.
And shot they are. Very nice.
Sorry, CDL.
Yeah, it's away.
Yeah,
Just a touch less weight. Okay.
Sorry.
Now this is a tricky one because they're going to throw it softer, but they are outside the line. If there's any extra speed, it might track there for a while, and anything light will group the two yellows together. You can't roll out.
9-5. A little more. Whoa. Whoa. Same.
Off.
Yeah.
Right off.
Whoa. Whoa.
Never.
Whoa.
No.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And just hangs around her. Stays sitting two.
I don't think you think of it as, in this case for Aaron, as a third that, oh, well, I rolled out. It's not the end of the world. But that could win the game. That shot right there. You could control the deuce here. You're 2 up playing the 8th end. That could be enough to win this thing. Huge shot there.
You're absolutely right.
Skip Stones here in the 7th. Chelsea Brandwood.
Yep.
Yes.
This team only got together after last year's curling season, put together back in April. Boy, and thin and out the back.
Not sure what happened to that one. Steph, because they yelled absolutely not. In other words, it was wide or heavy, or one of the both, and then it took off.
Yeah.
Just tee back kind of thing? Yeah. Another way. 14-5, do you think? That should be close. That was about what mine was, hey? Yeah. Okay, got it. Nice 14-5. You got this. Let's go.
What's the ideal spot to put this rock in, Russ?
Well, I think sometimes we get fooled. We want to keep them as wide apart, widthwise, so you go deeper. And I think it could set up a natural double, half rock double. Like sometimes I think I'd rather see this maybe top of the 12, so there's
really
a
high.
thin double or either way.
Yeah, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Hard. Yeah. Whoa.
T-line 8 foot.
There's what we just talked about, and I thought a good point, Steph. You could put it there, and then it just changes that shot. This one here is kind of a tough one, but fairly natural. You can hit about half the rock and be close. If it's up top like that, you have to hit it so thin to make that double. A little tougher shot for the skipper.
More weight.
Just a little less than half. This is makeable. Need some speed.
Yeah. A lot of rings to cross there.
Yes! Yes! Whoa! Yes!
Jumping it right away.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Greenlees and Holloway.
No! Danielle!
Anything you got, Danielle?
Anything you got.
Fine.
And we'll roll it to the edge of the button.
10? Yeah.
Got a great chance here. Well played in, BC. Chance to get the deuce.
Just a 10 here? Yeah, you got it. You got this. Let's go.
All those little positive comments, Steph, that we hear so much in the game. You've got it. Come on. You're good. They got it. It's
Picking each other up.
You know, it's part of the psychology of the game now, right? It's that the influence of the psychologist. Very happy with her team and her play right now. Chelsea Brandwood.
Okay, take your time.
Big opportunity
10.
for BC.
Whoa. 10. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Off. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Girl.
Uh-oh. 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 Come up, come up,
Okay.
come up, come up, come up, and sit,
Sorry,
and
guys.
will not.
All good.
So one forced error for BC. Chance to get 2. Shoot, indeed. Let's see, there's a wind warning, there's a freezing rain warning, and we also could get some snow on this Saturday leading into Sunday of championship weekend, the M&M Canadian Juniors. Braden Calvert and his team from Deer Lodge are into the men's final. The reigning Canadian champion, he's standing by with Brian.
Hey, Vic, thank you very much. And Braden, to you, congratulations to you and your Manitoba team. Simply fantastic week so far, and now a chance to defend your title. Tell us about the week and how you guys have managed to be so successful.
Yeah, thanks. It's been a crazy week. We started off with a heartbreaking loss to Quebec, and then managed to rally off nine straight wins, and we're just playing fairly consistent, and we're just chugging along and doing what we can.
So you don't play the final till tomorrow night. Is it kind of tough with the nerve just sitting and watching and waiting to play that big game?
Yeah, you're definitely a little bit anxious watching the curling here today, but we're having a lot of fun in Newfoundland here, and we'll just continue to stay loose.
What's incredible about you and chatting, you still have a couple more years of junior eligibility as well.
Yeah, it's pretty neat to know that I have 2 more years after this, and you know, it's pretty special to be here at Nationals.
I understand a pretty big Jets fan too.
Yeah, for sure. Our whole curling team loves hockey, and we love following them.
Listen, all the best to you tomorrow to your team, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.
We're tight. Tight top 12. Roll that. Tight.
Of course, he'll await the winner of the New Brunswick game against either Saskatchewan or Quebec.
Harder, go! Nice throw, sir. Good pair.
BC goes top button. Corner goes up from
I don't think
Ontario.
we can get through there.
BC covers 4-3. BC leads it. We're in the 8th, and Ontario will have the last rock. They have the hammer playing
You
the
can try
Redstones.
it. If you do a little rub and roll in, that's all right.
Okay.
Time to make a move here for Ontario.
Like what weight does she want? Like top 4?
Out-turn sides available here, and you heard
Like top 4 weight?
the call. You tick the guard.
T's okay.
Paula Lisa Weagle. It's not a bad shot.
Yeah, take the guard, roll your shooter in around that corner, even if you're just a biter there. I mean, that's golden. It looks like she's going for it here. She wants to get her deuce in the
Where?
in the 8th.
5, 6. Not bad. Yeah,
Close.
down. 5 coming down.
Yep. Whoa.
Gotta go.
Whoa.
Gotta go.
Yep. Gotta go. Go line. Line
Roll or
3.
go.
Yes. Right to it. A little bounce is fine. Go. Right to it. Right up. Go. Good.
Nice shot.
Well, around she comes.
Center line. Yeah, halfway.
Just a brilliant freeze here. You couldn't ask for a better setup shot here early in the end for Ontario.
An excellent brushing again and great judgment.
Halfway tight. We're all there. Yeah, we're all there. Tight. Little bump. Down. Close. Little bump on that one. Close. What are we doing?
Trying to double guard here, but might set up the yellow double.
Okay. It's not awful. Yeah, higher away.
So just want to keep you updated. Saskatchewan continues to lead 5-4 over
Maybe
Quebec
really skinny and you can get them both.
as they play in 7. The winner will go on to play New Brunswick. The winner will go on to play Manitoba. And Braden Calvert.
No.
It's a busy time for Calvert as well. Not only here, they'll go home and right off to the Manitoba Provincials. They are involved in the Manitoba Provincials, this junior team. In fact, Matt Dunstone, former champion, he is also in those provincials in Manitoba.
Yeah, that's us. A bit higher.
But Dunstone will not participate, not initially. He's off to Universiad, having qualified for that team. So he's off to Granada, Spain. And Jason Gunlickson.
Jason
Gunlickson will take over that team.
Jason hasn't curled a lot competitively in the last couple of years, but we remember him in the pre-trials.
Right.
Halfway.
Man was the hardest shot or the fastest stone. Remember down the ice?
Rocket.
Yeah.
Yep, go in.
So all those men's provincials are starting to gear up.
That's good. Okay, Sam, that's fine.
Leading to what's going to be a very exciting Tim Hortons Brier in Calgary. You have to open things up here, Steph, do you?
I think so, yeah. And it's not an easy double peel, but to make it, you're going to roll your shooter off, which is beneficial to them. You may even roll it to a corner if you're lucky.
Yes! 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 Hard! Go! Hard! Great shot.
Great shot.
Wow.
Very nice.
They've been trying to find their angles now for a few ends, and Brenda Holloway does.
It was an either or. The double peel was there for sure, which I think they would have been really happy with too, with that frozen rock. But now they are sitting underneath cover.
Just off now. It's like just off edge. Okay.
Big run back here. If you miss it, it opens up the entire scoring area for the 2 for Ontario.
Just a 9.
With 2 corner guards unused as of yet.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Yo. Whoa. Ah.
Oh, and just runs it by. Leaves the shooter out in front, just slightly staggered, covering the edge of the 4.
Double run that allowed Ontario to be shot was only set up because there was a perfect freeze earlier in the end.
Yeah. Yep. I like it tight. 410. 405.
Russ calling for the guard here on shot stone, just top edge of the 4-foot.
No.
We gotta go. Just 2.
No, no.
You've got last rock. Would you risk going in again rather than guarding?
Yeah, I think I would. I think I would. I don't like guarding in this situation because they're not easy to make perfect, and that might give Corryn and Brand a chance to get the shot rock.
Go, guys, go, you got it. Go! Hard! 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 Good, Claire.
She does cover it. Can you get to it, Steph?
Which way?
Oh, maybe on the intern. There might be a hole there on the intern side, and if you just miss it, you're likely getting the double peel. So it's not a bad call. Looks like she's just going for the peel as it is, though.
Yep.
You know, be a little careful with this yellow one. It's going to roll onto the second red. Where will that red go? It could come in the rings.
Got to get it thin.
That's good.
Same shot.
Same weight.
Just a
Claire Greenlee's.
Tons of room.
3. Oh, way more. Yeah, you're more. 3, 4.
No.
You're like a 3. Jordan Freeze?
No.
Much wider. They're saying heavier.
Is it flashing red?
Got to get it off that red guard, too.
Yep, finish, go. Go, go, go. Hard. Hard. Good, Claire, great shot.
Oh, and then that final late movement gets it over to cover maybe half a stone.
I think we might as well try it. I just didn't know where
I didn't know where it was.
Yeah. Do you think it's tight? It's kind of awkward.
Do you want to try it or no?
If you want to throw it, yeah. Either that or run.
What do you like better?
There's definitely enough room between these two guards visibly, but if you're going to throw the intern, that rock's going to be curving, and that's going to make that port awfully small.
It's skinny, that one.
Yeah.
Need some speed here, maybe, to straighten it out.
Yeah, I heard her talking about throwing hack, though.
Yikes.
And that ice leads me to believe that she may be throwing a softer weight.
It's fine. Okay.
You guys like this?
Yeah.
Is there enough room with Hack?
Oh, here. Susan McInnes has just stood up and called timeout. She saw something. She probably doesn't like it, and immediately the player at the other end called the time. So that's the difference in terms of what the juniors can do. The coach called the timeout, signaled the player, player calls.
I don't think Hack's available there, and if you do throw Hack one, it's the hole's almost not there too. You could tap that red one in.
Exactly, just chip it.
The way that you have to come through it, and I'm
in the
just
12th.
wondering with
Well, I'm sorry, it's Allison McInnes. My
end up
apology.
taking the guard in, and then she hits us and she lays 3, right? So I like the run. It's still, yeah.
We kind of play the other turn though, because we'd rather err this side, like hitting it this way than onto.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nose hit, right?
Just to make sure they both go.
It's up to you, whatever weight you want to throw. I'm not in love with the hack weight shot, but if you really love it, throw it.
Yeah. 8-5 or what?
Yeah.
I thought Allison was going to dive over the boards, actually, because she was up pretty fast. She didn't like coming through the hole.
No, especially with the soft weight, because there was just that much extra curl. It was going to curl too much and get in there. So now the danger with this one, you want to run it straight back. If you run it back this way, the red will carry him back over that way in behind cover or over to that yellow one. So straight back, a nose hit is really close there.
8-5.
Fraser, Fisher, Pincock calling line, run it straight back, bang, and it'll spill out the other side, sitting T-line. Shot stone, edge of the 8.
Nice shot, just the same. Grab that center line, start to curl.
Yeah, just a little more weight, or, you know, it curls up another quarter of a centimeter, and she's got an absolute peach, but now you finally got your chance to sit too.
Luckily for BC, that kicked that red one out in the open, not behind the corner guard. She could have been looking just, yeah, you can see enough of that. If this roll's buried, she could at least hit that outside red.
I think I don't either, actually.
Probably all of it. Oh, yeah. It's a really long guard, so.
Yeah. We throw a norm?
Let's make this roll under.
Yeah.
As long as we go under the red or the yellow.
Okay.
Be nice.
Yeah. Good shot.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh. You're set.
Oh. No.
Whoa. You are
Close.
so. Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Chelsea Brandwood, her first. Going to get a little bit of a roll inside. Inside. Here it goes. Here it goes. And it'll stop back edge of the button to sit the 2. As we take a look at the numbers for the 2 skips, what stands out for me are unforced errors. Ontario comes out a little defensively in 6, has to take 1 on a missed blank, and then BC, of course, had the chance for 2, didn't get it. Again, just those unforced errors may be the difference in the game. The player numbers are brought to you by Ford, a proud partner with the CCA for 21 years.
Shot by Chelsea there, though, and pretty dangerous for Corryn to come through that port. We talked about it. You could come through with the other turn and make it, but if you ever wreck in the guard, you give up 3.
This one's wide open.
Oh,
Can we get a roll? Oh, yeah.
That's generous.
This way?
That's a generous term,
yeah,
I think.
that. Just a 10. Okay.
those young eyes, I guess. Eh?
Yeah.
I'm just watching I'm watching the bench again here.
Just a hair less.
Allison McInnes is on the bench so far, hasn't jumped up.
Just a 10. Okay. Yeah. Just a little roll Sid's way. Yeah. If you nose it, it's not awful either. Make her make the same shot. Yeah. Exactly. Got this.
Well, they're throwing a 10, which is much more weight than they called before the timeout, so that makes more sense. It makes that port a little bigger, but this, you cannot drive a truck through this spot. Not easy, and we know they've been hanging here, so any outside motion with a 10 is all over that corner guard.
So trying to come through the hole
10,
to get to shot Stone.
Whoa.
Fraser, Fisher called off. Pincott calling line. That little head tilt by Corryn Brown. Coming through. No! And a double rub. And now it's a chance for 3 for Ontario.
That's easy from up here, but that was a dangerous call.
No, I don't like playing with the yellow.
You know, you think, Russ,
That should be plenty, 'cause that's what
we've seen, compare it to the men's game, and it's not,
I
not
just
fair,
don't
I
want them
know.
to have to jump
But when
in
you
and-
think about the weight that the men would play on a shot like that, they put the brush down right in front of the stone, and they throw it right through all the curl.
That's, yeah, good point. In that case, though, it's what we call a negative port, so the harder you threw it, you definitely make that port bigger. So you're right. I think she was trying so hard to hit and stay, and actually maybe steal the end, win the game right there. But you're right, Vic. The softer the way, the harder it was. But I don't think I take that shot on. And that out-turn tap was pretty easy, and maybe even roll to the side of the 4-footer full 8, and the draw for 2 would not be simple. This is a huge one.
Just got to hit the paint for 3.
I'm tight.
It's all there. All there. Okay. Not bad, though.
All you.
Got a curl.
No,
Whoa, no.
Line's fine.
Weight's good.
Sit down.
It's in the middle. Should be fine.
You're fine, Chels.
You're fine. Chels, you're fine indeed. Ontario takes advantage of a BC mistake. And they'll score a big 3 here in 8. Well, it's time now for the M&M Meat Shops Final End Challenge. After the game, go to finalend.ca and enter the secret word for a chance to win an all-expense-paid trip for 2 to the 2016 Briar in Ottawa. That includes tickets, hotel, and airfare. The first 100 entries will have a chance to win a $50 M&M gift card, and all participants will get an M&M discount. It's the Final End Challenge, the secret word. After we give you that secret word, go to finalend.ca. Well, we said during the break, I think Russ said it, if it was a bad shot the first time, it was probably a bad shot the second time, and the second time was not good for Corryn Brown, who crashed on the guard. Ontario has the draw for 3, and they take full advantage to take a 6-4 lead as we now go to the 9th.
Good, Sydney. Throw. That's good.
In fairness for Corryn, she's such a great hitter. That's how she won the Canadian Championship. She wasn't far off, but to give up a 2 there is not a big deal when you're already 1 ahead. Now you're 1 down. You force, get your 2, you're back in it. That's, you can easily win the game from that position. Not that it's over now, but you have to get a 2 pretty quick.
Yeah, it's an uphill climb now.
Line. Yep, gotta go. Gotta go.
You really have to go.
Really gotta go. Really gotta go to nose it. Go, go, go.
Hard, guys. Really hard.
Trying to hold it and tap it straight back. Just a little bit of an overcurl. Does BC have the kind of game, Steph, to come back, do you think?
Oh, I think so. And she's got her strategy figured out here already. She's going double corners, so she's all in to get this deuce for sure. Maybe even a 3 if it works out for her. And with that 4-rock rule that someone invented, she's got a good chance at stealing in the 10th if she has to. So,
wow.
It's a brilliant rule.
Yeah, it worked out okay.
Why don't you just say by a brilliant guy, too?
Well, hey, yeah.
Hard, go, go, go. Hard. Go, 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 go.
You're brilliant too, Vic.
No, it is. It's changed the game, and still think it could be. And we've talked about this. Could go a step further, actually. The former Moncton rule played a few years ago, where the first 4 stones anywhere in the free guard zone or in the house can't be removed.
Yeah, the players are so good, and it's partly the rocks to blame. The hitting bands at all these championships are so lively that you can throw hack weight and make a triple. So it's pretty, or much easier, I should say, not pretty easy, but much easier to defend a lead, and there might be changes eventually.
Hey. Let's make this. You got it.
Now you wonder with Ontario, they were the not underdogs on paper because they curled just as well as BC all week, but you know, being in that limelight the first time, playing a veteran skip, veteran team, they didn't play great the first half, turned it on there, put pressure on BC, played a wonderful end to get the three, the perfect freeze, the hit and roll, well played in, but now all of a sudden it's, oh wait a minute, we're 2 up, we can win this thing, and they have to stay calm here and not overthrow.
Actually, I like nose.
Okay. Yeah.
9-5.
Rolling wide.
It is a curious thing, though, and all sports are the same way, Steph. If British Columbia should lose this, you go to the dressing room,
Really gotta go.
kicking yourself over one decision.
Whoa.
If you're Corryn Brown, one decision to try to come through that hole.
And that's curling. Sometimes it comes down to one shot, 1 inch, 1 centimeter. But you got to do like they did last year and go out and just try and make your game better. This team has another year of eligibility together, all 4 of them, which is virtually unheard of in juniors.
Unbelievable.
You got this.
This year, the age spread, if I remember correctly, was 14 to 21. It just so happened that the 21-year-old met the age requirement and turned 21 in the proper calendar year.
It might stick around. No, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Nice throw, Sam. That's my bad.
Just peel.
Okay.
Both teams are continuing to take a hair too much ice in cases on that outside in shot.
Nice and clean.
Good chance to uncomplicate this end for Ontario.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Whoa. Clean. Clean. Good.
Just throws lots of rotation on those peels so she gets tons of action off of them. A little easier to make that way.
Like going around it? I don't mind that. Yeah. I don't hate it. I like it. It's pretty high. Okay. We might have to bring it back, but yeah, it's fine. Just go T-line. Yeah, just start tapping. Erin, that's not terrible.
Yeah, let her know where it is.
Yeah. Okay. Like a 14-5.
It's a tricky situation here. You want to put the pressure on here, try to do something and get that deuce back, but you don't want to be forced to a single either.
Okay, so you're playing third stones here, and Erin Pincott.
Line's green. We don't gotta go.
Is it time, or would it be the better decision, Steph, for BC to say, all right, let's go. We'll try and blank, go behind by 2 and take that to the 10th, or are you one of those that believes you try and get us at least a single and you're down by 1?
It's really, you know what? Most of these teams will come into the game knowing exactly what they're going to do in that situation, what they do prefer, whether they want to be down 1 with or even without and trying to steal, or being forced to get their dues just to tie the game. And it's a matter of when to make that call. I mean, that was her third's first rock. Even if she, doesn't make this shot perfectly, you do have your rocks grouped together, so the blank is still an option.
It's a tricky one. Outside the line.
Yep. Hard. Whoa.
No.
Great shot, Claire. Great.
Wow. Claire Greenlees out of the University of Western Ontario. She and sister Danielle throws the
same thing, Erin.
lead stones. Brenda Holloway Brenda and our skip, Chelsea,
Is that the same?
attend
Yeah.
Wilfrid Laurier University. Good curling program there. This is the third straight Canadian Nationals where a curler from Wilfrid Laurier has participated.
Beautiful take out there. Nice soft weight. Didn't overthrow it. There didn't seem to be any nerves on the Ontario side at all going forward here.
No, I mean, really, that was a pretty pressure shot.
Oh, yeah.
Sam, finish it. Where? We're back 4. Yep, go then. Mine's really back good. 8. Sam, go. Finish. Hard, Sam. Go, go, go.
You guys gotta make sure on those.
Sorry.
Just, it's a tough spot
Sorry,
to
that
my
was
mind,
fine,
Russ,
yeah.
because you got to get to that line.
Not bad. That's fine.
And as we saw on the previous shot, they were right on that line, and then it came, it fell. They never got to the line quickly enough. did they?
No, and if you do get quick enough, you're all over the red guard. I think the wide intern would make more sense there, and to be some pebble out wide, you'd get a little more finish coming in. But now a chance to sit two here. This could be huge. If you're Ontario, you would dearly love to force BC to a single.
Very definite in pre-shot routine.
No.
Chelsea Brandwood.
Oh.
No.
No. Oh, wait. No, not that much.
Sit.
And it does for her. Spins to a stop.
I think this.
Edge of the 12-foot to sit the 2.
The same? Yeah. Do you like the same? Yeah.
Sorry, I just didn't want to wreck, obviously.
No, I know. At one point, I looked like it was coming. I think I had maybe a little too much weight, though. Wow, Sam's been curling with, like, board, right?
Playing the corner freeze, is she?
No, I think they're going to go around again.
Really?
I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that same back 8 call, and they're hoping they have the line figured out by now.
The corner freeze would be an option. If you make it real good and then Ontario blasts everything out of there, you'd get your blank. But now they're, as you said earlier, they're all in. Needs to be made here, even if you can get it to the back 8, back 12 almost. Give yourself some room.
Corryn Brown.
Mine's good. Chief. Yeah, then. Top 4, Chief. Hard. Top 4. Hard. Top 8. Switch. Hard. Mine's really good. Yep. Far as it goes. Far as it goes.
Pincott to join Fisher. And they'll just get it center line. It is shot stone, 8 foot.
Nose is nice.
Okay.
If we roll in here, that's good too. Let's get rid of it.
Yeah, make it go away. Nose would be nice. You certainly don't want to bring that guard into play, though.
Boy, barely let go.
Hard. Hard.
Barely let go.
Whoa, clean, clean,
Whoa.
clean.
Whoa.
Boy, when it moves, look at that. You never thought that had a chance to get to the nose.
No. Yeah, another 1.5 inch curl. You're on that front one. Well thrown, though.
I just didn't want to call it too close. It's going to be full 8, guys.
Facing 3.
Just a hair more. Yeah, just a hair more. Oh, you got it. Yeah, you got it. This is max size, eh?
What's your guess here, Steph? They had one other one out this wide, but not a lot of rocks out past the middle of the 12.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit fresh, so
You'd
she
have
might
to.
have to adjust for it to be just a little quicker.
It's nice. You're out a little wider. You're out wider. Right to T.
The reminder from
Right to T.
Corryn Pincott to Fraser and Fisher. You're out wider.
We're all there.
It's curling now.
No, we're all there.
All there. Boy, it's got to find some teeth. My goodness. And through it goes. And that will result in a steal of 3 for Ontario here in 9. For the former Canadian champion, Corryn Brown out of Kamloops, Ontario, back-to-back threes, and they've blown it open. Here we go. It's time now for the M&M Meat Shop's final end challenge. And the secret word is outside. So right after the game, go to finalend.ca and enter that secret word outside for a chance to win an all-expense-paid trip for 2 to the 2016 Tim Hortons Brier in Ottawa. From outside the Corner Brook Civic Center, we come inside to the center of all the action, sheet C here. And Ontario got their 3 on a questionable call in 8. And then a heavy draw results in a steal of 3, and it's now Ontario firmly in control, up by 5, 9-4 in this women's semifinal.
Vic's so insightful.
Ah. Insideful.
That's it.
That's what I mean. That's you just it's too easy. But why, Steph? How can you throw that through at this point in the game?
To be honest, she hasn't really had her draw weight all game. And I think what really happened there, though, was that she got caught in the fresh stuff, as we say. She was outside a little more than most of her draws, a little slower down the middle and a little faster on the edges. And sure enough, that little bit of extra weight just took it right through. And I mean, 3 feet there is a matter of 3 more points.
Yeah, exactly.
Clean, nice.
And so when they go back to the dressing room, BC, sure, they will. They'll point to the call in 8, trying to come through the hole that resulted in the draw for 3, and then heavy draw results in a steal of 3. And you can see Corryn's overall statistics at 72%. The game story is brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the Canadian Curling Association.
Full marks for Ontario here, though. You know, they had to be nervous. Ran them up and down for an end to get used to the situation, the nerves, the speed. Their draw weight's been superior in this game, and that's made a big difference.
Keep going in, line straight. Go in, get it in, get it in, get it in, get it in. Nice. Good. Nice shot, Sam.
It's one at a time here. Don't try to be the hero and stick one of these guards. Just make that shooter go away.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Right up. Right up. Yep. Right up. Good, Brenda. Right out. Right out. Right out.
Just split it. Or do you want to just go around? I don't mind going around. Okay. I think so. And if we split it, it's fine. You got it. Touch more.
You're grasping at this point.
Yeah, her face right there pretty well says it all.
So trying to go around that stone just outside the rings, covering the edge of the 4-foot.
Weight's nice.
Sam Fisher.
Line's nice.
I'm just hoping that they might, Ontario might, I'm sure they won't, but they could try to play the run back here, leave another rock in play.
Hard.
That's your only real hope.
Yeah, and just keep piling them in behind that.
Great throw, Sam.
And then you need 4 more misses.
Yeah,
that's all.
That story comes up more
She
often
grabbed
than
that.
not.
That's fine.
You and the Olympic trials and John Morrison.
Oh, right.
And we remind John every time we see him about it, too. How many did you hide behind that?
We get 3 in behind. 3 in behind. A little help from Joe Franz, one of his. He ticked the rock sideways, but
Clean.
So it's possible.
Yep.
But
Right
it
to
just
it.
doesn't,
Right to it.
We keep scratching that
Hard,
scab
right
off
to
of
it.
John Morris every time we see him. Touch them both, touch them both, touch them both! And that, with how many left? 4? Can they make them count it? You've got 4, and you've got to bring that one into play? I don't know.
No, you're right, Beck. You'd have to be awfully talented to split that thing in.
Nice throw here. Stay line, you got it. You know the way. Bring it back if you have to. Yeah. It's gonna die out here. You got it. D! Mine's good. Wait only.
Aaron Pincott.
Set.
They said it should die out here.
Mine's actually pretty good. Yeah.
Should die out here. And with that, the chances of a second Canadian title die for Corryn Brown and BC as Ontario will advance. Chelsea Brandwood, Claire Greenlees, Brenda Holloway, Danielle Greenlees out of the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton.
Okay, guys, one more.
Yeah, one more indeed. Make the final. Ontario wins it 9-4. So now they'll move on and they will play the reigning Canadian and world champion tonight in Kelsey Rock, and her team out of the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton will have it for you at 6:30 Eastern Time. It's an all-women's day here at the M&M Canadian Juniors. Ontario takes the first step. Final is next.
M&M Meat Shops Canadian Juniors are brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Frozen food at its best. The M&M Meat Shops Canadian Juniors are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Ford, proud partner of the Canadian Curling Association for over 20 years. And by Tim Hortons, official coffee of the Canadian Curling Association.
Yeah, a lot of happy family members, a lot of them from the Grimsby area of southern Ontario, Niagara Peninsula. Celebrating an Ontario win, Chelsea Brandwood from the Glendale Golf and Country Club in Hamilton. And so now she advances with the win over British Columbia. Will play the reigning Canadian and world champion Kelsey Rock from Edmonton when we join you tonight again at 6:30 Eastern Time. It's the championship weekend, the M&M Canadian Juniors. We are in Corner Brook, Newfoundland and Labrador, and it's all here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.